Hello dear students, welcome to Vision Pharmacy. In our today's video, we are going to practice some important MCQ from that of pharmacology and toxicology. So before we start with our today's video, please do like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon for getting updates on upcoming videos. So let's begin. The first question is, bioavailability of a drug refers to, and the options given are A, that is ratio of oral to parenteral dose. Option number B, ratio of orally administered drug to that excreted in the feces. Option number C, percentage of administered dose that reaches systemic circulation in the unchanged form. And option number D, that is ratio of drug excreted unchanged in urine to that excreted as metabolites. Yes students, what do you think? The right answer of this question is option number C, that is percentage of administered dose that reaches systemic circulation in unchanged form is bioavailability. Then moving to question number 2. The question is, which of the following is a passive transfer? The options given are option number A, that is active transport, option number B, that is felicitated diffusion, option number C, that is pinocytosis, and option number D, that is filtration. So students, let us understand this one by one. Let me tell you, drug passes through cell membrane by two processes. They are passive transfer or specialized transport. Passive transfer includes of simple diffusion and filtration, whereas specialized transport, it includes active transport, then facilitated diffusion as well as pinocytosis. Okay, so basically active transport, it is a selective process which requires energy. Also it requires a carrier and so called as carrier transport, whereas facilitated diffusion is very similar to that of carrier transport, but it does not require energy. And pinocytosis, that is a protein and macromolecules are absorbed by this process. It is similar to that of phagocytosis, where cell engulf fluid or macromolecule from the surroundings. Okay, and filtration, in this process only water soluble substance can be transported by the process. It involves passage through pores present in the cell membrane. So right answer of this question is option number D, that is filtration is a passive transfer. Rest of them are specialized transfer. Okay, then moving to question number 3. The question is, the most important factor governing absorption of drug from intact skin is, and the options given are option number A, site of application, option number B, nature of the base used in formulation, option number C, that is molecular weight of the drug, and option number D, that is lipid solubility of the drug. So student, the most important factor is option number D, that is lipid solubility of the drug. Moving to next question, question number 4. The question is, microsomal enzyme induction can be cause of, and the options are A, idiosyncrasy, option number B, physical dependence, option number C, psychological dependence, and option number D, tolerance. So student, right answer of this question is option number D, that is tolerance. Moving to question number 5. The question is, which of the following is a derived pharmacokinetic parameter? And the options are A, plasma half-life, option number B, bioavailability, option number C, clearance, and option number D, volume of distribution. So students, right answer of this question is option number A, that is plasma half-life is a derived pharmacokinetic parameter. Rest all of them are primary pharmacokinetic parameter. Okay, moving to question number 6. The question is, receptor agonist possesses, and the options are A, intrinsic activity but no affinity, option number B, affinity and intrinsic activity with a positive sign, option number C, affinity but no intrinsic activity, and option number D, affinity and intrinsic activity with a negative sign. So students, right answer of this question is option number A, that is affinity and intrinsic activity with a positive sign. Moving to question number 7. The question is, receptor perform the following function or functions, and the options are A, signal transduction, option number B, that is ligand recognition, option number C, disposal of agonists and antagonists, and option number D, that is both ligand recognition and signal transduction. So the right answer of this question is option number D, that is both A and B, or ligand recognition and signal transduction. Moving to question number 8. The question is, the therapeutic index of drug is measure of its. Options are A, safety, B, potency, C, efficacy, and D, all of the above. So students, basically therapeutic index of a drug is measure of its option number A, that is safety. Moving to question number 9. The question is, which of the following is a type B, that is unpredictable sort of reaction? And the options are unpredictable adverse drug reaction, and the options are A, idiosyncrasy, option number B, physical dependence, option number C, side effect, and option number D, toxic effect. So students, right answer of this question is option number A, that is idiosyncrasy. Then moving to question number 10. The question number 10 is, surgical operations should not be performed during, and the options are first one, stage 1, second, stage 2, third, stage 3, plane 1, and fourth, stage 3, plane 3. So students, basically the right answer of this question is option number 2. Okay, that is B, stage 2. Stage 2 is nothing but stage of excitement. Okay, and here any sort of surgical operation should not be performed. Moving to question number 11. Question number 11 is, dash general anesthetic has poor muscle relaxing action, and the options are A, nitrous oxide, option number B, ether, option number C, isoflurane, and option number D, that is halothane. So student, the right answer of this question is option number A, that is nitrous oxide has poor muscle relaxant action. Then question number 12. Barbiturate exert the following action except, and the options are A, anticonvulsant, option number B, anti-anxiety, option number C, analgesic, and option number D, respiratory depressant. So student, you know that barbiturates exert their action as anticonvulsant, anti-anxiety, and they are also respiratory depressant. Okay, so it does not exert the action of option number C, that is analgesic. Moving to question number 13. The question is, which of the following is not a ultra short acting barbiturate? So the options given are option number A, hexobarbitone, option number B, methotrexate, option number C, that is segobarbitone, and option number D, that is thiopentone. So students, the right answer of this question is option number C. Option number C, that is segobarbitone, is a short acting barbiturate, and rest all of them are ultra short acting barbiturate. Okay, moving to question number 14. Currently, barbiturates are primarily used as, the options are A, hypnotic, B, sedative, C, antiepileptic, and option number D, that is pre-anesthetic medicament. So students, right answer of this question is option number C, that is anti-epileptic. Okay, then moving to question number 15. The question is, hypnotic benzodiazepines increases the period of, the options are time spent in following stage of sleep. The options include stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and stage 4. So students, you should know that hypnotics are the drug which produces sleep resembling to that of natural sleep, whereas sedatives are drug which reduces excitement without producing sleep. Okay, and these hypnotic benzodiazepines, they increase the period of stage 2. Okay, next question. The question is, which of the following is semi-synthetic derivative of opium alkaloid? And the options are option number A, morphine, option number B, papaverine, option number C, heroin, and option number D, methadone. So students, right answer of this question is option number C, that is heroin. It is a semi-synthetic derivative of opium alkaloid. Then moving to question number 17. The question is, proton pump inhibitor is, the options given are option number A, cimetidine, option number B, that is belladonna alkaloids, option number C, omeprazole, and option number D, ranitidine. So students, option number A and option number C, that is cimetidine, and last one, that is ranitidine, both are H2 receptor antagonist, whereas option number B, belladonna alkaloids, is an example of anticholinergic. So the right answer is option number C, that is omeprazole. Moving to question number 18. The question is, systemic antacid is, the options are A, sodium bicarbonate, option number B, calcium carbonate, option number C, magnesium trisilicate, and option number D, that is sodium carboxymethylcellulose. Right answer of this question is option number A, that is sodium bicarbonate. Rest all of them are non-systemic antacid. Okay, moving to question number 19. The question is, difference between gentamicin and streptomycin is, the options are A, it is used in pseudomonas infections, option number B, it is not effective in tuberculosis, option number C, it is less nephrotoxic, and option number D, both A and B. So students, right answer of this question is option number D, that is both A and B. Moving to the last question. The question is, drug suitable for treatment of malaria during pregnancy is, and the options are A, quinine, option number B, pyrimethamine, option number C, chloroquine, and option number D, primaquine. So student, right answer of this question is option number C, that is chloroquine is suitable for treatment of malaria during pregnancy. So that's all in our today's video. Thank you for watching this video till end.